Good morning, guys. Today I just wanted to do a quick run through of my vlogging setup. So I'm still got tweaks to do. You may have noticed that the audio quality, whilst is good, doesn't have any wind noise. I think could be improved, but yeah, this is what I used. This is what I use. And I'm making this video mainly because all the research that I've done out there is mostly geared towards people in America or people advertising their own products or links to products which bring them the most money, and that's fair enough, but it doesn't really help me any or help us out in the UK very much. So here I've got my Sherry XR1000, which is a great helmet. I've had it for a while. Could probably do with getting a new one, or the newer Sherry. Sherry seems to fit my head best. I bought a HJC recently, and that's okay. I just don't feel it's good. It seems a bit heavier, a bit roomier, but it's either Sherry or the carbon HJC. Anyway, Sherry XR1000. All I'm using here on the front is one of the curved mounts. Now, if you can see here, it doesn't, especially at the bottom, it doesn't touch all the way along, but that's not moving. I left it for 24 hours to cure, and you can lift it up, you can pull it around, and that's not moving. I've only tried it out on the Grom at the moment, so there's not a whole load of speed and stuff involved, but it's not moving. I can quite happily pull on that or carry it around by it. And in that is just a normal, this is a angled GoPro mount, and then that stays on all the time, and then I just move the cradle from whatever else I'm using. Then round to the side, because I use a hacked or modified GoPro 2018, we have to use the GoPro's own external USB-C to 3.5 connector. That in its own is 50 quid, so that's the most expensive thing other than the camera so far. And then that plugs into a lapel or Lavelle mic. The wiring is stuffed down the side of the helmet. And then all the way around the back, around the right hand side, and the actual mic, I've got behind this cheek pad, and at the moment it's just wedged between the popper, just above the popper, and the side thing. So I might move that forward to see if that clears up some of the muffling. And then that is pretty much it. I've got on here, I fixed the adapter to the mic, to the helmet with some Velcro, so that can come off and on. I've covered the other port at the back here just with some black tape, so this is Gorilla tape. The same with the connection with this particular mic. So I'll put a link to this mic in the description. I bought it from Amazon. I'm not going to put a link there, a monetized link. So you take a look, you see what you think, and have a look at my other videos and subscribe to see what you think. The biggest pain in the arse I can see is this long thing here. So this is where the original thing port stops, and then they supply another adapter to go into your bloody GoPro adapter. So this is rubbish. If I could get rid of that adapter and at least go straight in there, then there will be less leverage on the port, but this does have some movement, so it shouldn't matter too much. It's just a pain in the cock to have all these adapters on adapters and converters. You know, I understand that the earlier GoPros, you could just plug this straight into your GoPro and off you go. And it's just another thing that can break, in my opinion. And then as I say, that's the cradle that the GoPro goes in. The GoPro goes in. But what you have to do, you know, this camera is waterproof as it is. What you have to do to use this adapter, to use this setup, is to take off the side door. So that just comes off like that, and give it a pull. And so that adapter plugs into that USB-C port. So here in the UK, you can't use this external adapter and it'd be waterproof. If you want to do motorbike vlogs, so that goes in like that. That sits on there like so. Screws that back in. Blah blah, you got the idea. This plugs in then into the side, and then you're good to go. And that's pretty much it. So because I'm only starting out in this stuff, which is why the subscriptions and likes to my videos comes in so handy, I didn't want to buy a GoPro Hero 7 really, and spend like hundreds of pounds, and then like other things that I tend to do, go full blast into them, buy all the stuff, and then get bored. So I bought a GoPro Hero 2018. I bought it from eBay as well, and it was pretty cheap. I think it was less than 200 quid, 150, 130. And then what I did was, with these GoPro Hero 2018s, you can modify their firmware and turn it into a GoPro Hero 5 Dark, or 5 Black even. And for those people who are looking to buy these or have bought these, you know, there's another thing to say that the external mic does work on it. When I first got my my first microphone that you guys would see on the channel, it didn't work, and I thought, oh well, it's the same, it's similar hardware, but they've obviously disabled or removed the mic adapter for cost. But internally, by all sense and purposes, it's the same as the GoPro Hero 5 Black, and they obviously just wanted to get rid of some old stock, give it a last hurrah, and just disabled any of the features via the firmware. Hopefully that'll last out, but in my opinion, it's a pretty good camera, a pretty good way of getting into action cameras or vlogging or whatever else you want to do. It's been waterproof so far, and I'm impressed. There's nothing. I mean, from my eye on a motorbike, there's nothing that it doesn't really do well. I mean, YouTube tends to take 1080p high def. This can do up to 4K. So yeah, so hopefully that's helped you out. You know, the fact that one, you can hack 2018 cam. Everything still works. The GPS also works. The voice control, and an idea of how we can set things up here in the UK. I don't have the name of the of microphones hand butters again. I'll post it in the description, and maybe chuck up a picture of it here. So yeah, so hopefully that helps, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.